Hello everyone, my name is Alessia and welcome to my channel. In this channel I'm talking about my life, my education, my development, what I'm thinking about, what I'm doing, and in today's video I'm going to talk about my moving to Europe story. That was quite interesting and tough experience, so I would really love to share it with you, and maybe someone is thinking about moving to Europe, or you already moved and you're facing same challenges and you're thinking that you're the only one who is experiencing this. So I kind of have two aims why I'm making this video, and let's begin. So I moved to Europe. It was my already third move in my life, and I moved to Europe, to Budapest, in the middle of pandemic. It was September 2020 when everything was shut down, nothing worked, travel restrictions was really strong, and I needed to figure out from Ukraine how I'm going to move to Budapest, where I'm going to stay, how I'm going to cross the border, and etc, etc. So many issues were there, and simply for many questions I couldn't find answer. And it was a bit difficult because I was in Ukraine and I needed to look for an apartment in Budapest on internet, online, without knowing how to look for an apartment abroad in European country. But eventually it got solved out, the problem got solved and I found it. But the thing was, when I was moving to Budapest, I didn't know anybody. I had no plans, no friends, no activities, what I could do potentially, and everything was closed outside due to lockdown. So it was kind of interesting journey in a way that I needed to find friends, I needed to go out because I wanted to build my social life. And my circle of communication, first circle, were 3 other people who lived with me. So I lived in an apartment with 4 people. It was like 2 guys and 2 girls, including me. And they were my first people who I met here in Budapest, who I started communicating with, and who we spent like less or more first 2 weeks together. But then I found out that these people are not actually people who I would like to hang out more, who are of my interest. And yeah, I started creating ideas what I could do, and so I will tell you more about it. But I started searching for other people, talking to my group mates, because I moved here for educational reasons. So I already had some people who I could potentially talk to. They were my group mates from university. So with some of them we started to hanging out, but also my university was online. It was quite tricky and interesting. Nevertheless, I was extremely happy with my routine, with my life, with my days. I was enjoying everything. I was waking up, cooking, then having online classes in university, then I was doing homework, I was chilling at home, talking to people. Yeah, it was really good. And now I would like to talk more about what I expected from moving to Europe and what I didn't expect and which popped out. So what I expected, they were difficulties regardless language, documents, how to figure out shops, grocery shops, which I would go to, how to establish my daily routine while living in a house with 2 other people. And these were expected difficulties, but I knew that, okay, I speak English and I will figure out what to do outside. Documents, everybody is going through it, so we have advisors at university who are able to help us. And with people, okay, I have good communication skills, so I can sort it out. And yeah, it was kind of difficult but easy in a way. And another thing was really important for me is to find my community, as I already mentioned before. So what I did for this, I joined many Facebook groups. They were like Ukrainians in Budapest, expats in Budapest, students in Budapest, Stipendium Hungaricum students, communities, like university communities. Just because Facebook is really popular here in Europe, like in Ukraine we don't really use it, but here almost everybody is using Facebook, creating events in Facebook, groups, talking, chatting, whatever. So yeah, I joined those groups, and first thing what I found there, it was yoga community. I found it with my other Ukrainian friend who are also met through Facebook in Budapest, and this yoga community was the first step towards integrating into the society and finding some activities outside. So we were taking yoga once time per week. It was Friday, if I remember correctly. So we were going there, talking, chatting with the yoga instructor, with the meditation instructor, and it was kind of good because we got to know some people, we had some activities, and we didn't just simply sit at home for the whole time. And once we started going out, you know, we learned, like my friend and I, how to get to know more people, where to go, what can we do, even though it was lockdown and middle of pandemic. Yeah, if I talk about my people, it took me a while to build my circle of friends and find my tribe, because I don't like parties, I don't like drinking, I don't go out too often, I mean for a nightlife, and it was quite challenging for me to figure out where are my people, where are the people who I would really love to spend time with during daytime and then go to sleep at night. So yeah, it was the whole story and the whole big kind of chapter of my life, part of my life, that I will be talking about how to find friends in other video. But I would say briefly that I started doing many activities, going somewhere, talking to new people, being open and willing to communicate with new people. And therefore I started going to dance classes, where I also found friends and we were hanging out with them. Then friends of other friends introduced me to other friends, and then I was simply looking some events on Facebook, and I was willing to participate in those events. I was going there, taking yoga classes from different teachers because yoga is of my interest, and I thought that okay, maybe people who would be with the same interest as I am, they would go to yoga classes. So I went, and yeah, truly I really found friends there. And from my dance community also, like at least we have one common interest, and then it was easier to establish communication for us further. Yeah, and talking about moving to Europe experience, like I want to point out that for the first year of my staying here, yeah, by the way, I've been here for almost 2 years, I didn't feel like home. I felt so lonely in a way, and I felt like a stranger in this city, in this country, because I don't speak Hungarian, though I studied it and I understand a bit, but it's not like speaking Hungarian. So I was always feeling like I want to go back to Ukraine. I know everything in Ukraine, I know everything in Kyiv, I want to live there, I have friends there, etc, etc. But then, since last summer, I started to create life here actually, like all of the pandemic restrictions were eased, and I started going to like small parties, I started hanging out with friends more, we were walking more, like just in the city. I went to a dance camp in the summer, I went to student mentor camp in the summer, I traveled to Prague during the summer, I traveled to Ukraine, and I found out that, oh yeah, Budapest is not that bad. And I started being like more social, getting more new connections, and finding what is the most important, finding my places, like my favorite coffee shops, my favorite restaurants, where to go, where to sit and work, what to do And yeah, it helps me to feel like home because I already know streets, I already know which places I really love to go. Like for example, I have one coffee shop, especially if I want to drink hand brew coffee, I go only there. I know that coffee there is perfect. I love the atmosphere there, I love how the baristas are, and I just go there. Other place, I know the cheesecake is amazing, or I don't know, some other food. I know where to go for dinner or for breakfast, and this helps me to feel like home. And in addition, I have friends who I can invite to my place to have breakfast with, to have dinner with, I don't know, to just sit and hang out and simply talk. And therefore, like, all of these small baby steps led me to feel like, okay, Budapest is my home. I really love this place. I feel like home. I love my apartment. I love city. I love streets. I love people. I know where to find people who are with the same interest with me. And therefore, I got familiar with the place, and the process is going smoother this way. And yeah, also what is important for me, like when I started feeling more and more included into the city, when I found, you know, small places, for example, where I can print my papers, or where I can fix my shoes, where I can do key copy, or I don't know, something like really small that just locals know. And when you started figuring out those places, I feel like, okay, I live here, I know. And since some of my friends came to me, I was making excursions for them in the Budapest city, I felt like, okay, I know pretty much about this city. I feel like I belong to this city right now at this point of life, and it's a really good experience. And yeah, what I want to finalize with that, when you're moving abroad to a new country or a new city, it's not a time when you should be shy. This is the most important for me, that it's a time when you need to go out, when you need to take actions, when you need to be active, proactive, even more active than usual, because you are starting something from zero, let's say, at this point, and you need to build up your life step by step. But if you just sit at home, feel lonely, don't go anywhere, you just simply don't go further, and then you're getting stuck at some place. So difficulties which are happening on your way are only here for you to grow. They are here to serve your natural growth, and actually all of these difficulties and issues, you are not gonna remember them. You're not gonna remember for how many hours you stood in, I don't know, immigration office to get your documents, but you will remember the perfect time you lived. You will have memories of how you hang out with your friends, or how you went to university, or etc. So you will not remember bad moments, rather you will be happy and remember and tell everybody your good moments about staying abroad. And I want to say, just try it. If you don't like, you always have choice to come back to your country and build your life there. But having international experience, living in an international society and community is something that I really love, I really value in my life, and I am planning to keep staying here or be among internationals, as it really helps me to grow as a personality, and yeah, and just grow. So this was my short moving to Europe story. I hope you liked it. Share in comments if you struggled with same experience, or if you had some similar experience, or it was completely different for you. It would be really interesting for me to read. Or you can share also if you are planning to move somewhere and you are hesitating, you have some uncertainties. Maybe I would be able to give you like my experience, how it went, so it would be easier for you to get familiar with the situation and Don't be afraid. Thank you for watching, and hope you liked it. You can like it, comment, subscribe, as all of the YouTubers saying, and yeah, have a great day ahead.